What's up guys, Sky Shadow here for another Transformers custom review, and today, by the looks in front of you, I can tell you that today we have a Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Custom Strafe. Now, I have been looking forward to this figure ever since it was revealed at Toy Fair last year. And I have to say, it is my favorite Dinobot, with a close second being Scorn. Now, I love almost all the Dinobots except for Slash, but I'm gonna have to get him in hand to make any final decisions. But out of all the Dinobots that have been released, Grimlock, Slug, Strafe, and Scorn, I'd have to say that Strafe is my favorite, followed by Scorn, then Voyager Grimlock, and then Slug. I'm never getting Leader Grimlock because that T-Rex mode is pathetic. But anyway, back to Strafe. I love this figure so much that, I wanted to get him, perfect, in my eyes at least. Now, a running problem with the Strafe figure is that he has gorilla arms, and nobody likes sorry about that, there's a motorcycle outside of my house. Yeah, I hate living next to people who drive motorcycles. Nobody in the Transformers fandom likes gorilla arms. So, what I have done is I have done a simple mod, which I found on the TFW 2005 forums, and I'll leave a link in the description to the mod itself. What I did is on Strafe, his arms right here are held in by a simple mushroom joint, or a mushroom peg. What I did is I took it out and I cut it flush up at the top. And then what I did is I went from his arm being like this to turning it to the side with the hollow part facing up. I then took some industrial super glue and glued his hand to the inside. Now I think it's pretty stable. I mean, I'm not really going to be using his hands for anything but holding a gun or his swords. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tiny drill bit, drill a small hole in here that goes down to about this point, this thing right here on his arm, and I'm going to put a small nail in there, so it's, and super glue that, so it's even more secure into his arm. Now that's what I did with the arms, and I think that was the most complicated part of the mod. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't have this cool gauntlet-like looking arm on the top that you can see, and his hollowness is shown, but I will fill that in and fix that up and get to that in a later video. But I think all in all, it gives him normal arms. He can hold his weapons normally. He can't do his cool rapier stabbing forward thing, but I think that's just fine. I will gladly sacrifice wrist articulation for non-gorilla arms. Now, another mini mod I have done is I have taken a silver Sharpie to his pterodactyl claws on his knees. I just think it adds a little, they painted the claws up here. I think it just adds a little more, oomph to him. And I know that the claws are painted to the second segment, but I just decided to make it the first segment because, they're claws. It's not like his entire hand is silver. That's another tiny thing I did, and another thing, which is one of my favorites, is his entire Pteranodon head was this one silver stripe, the blue eyes, and all black. Even his teeth were molded in, they looked cool, but they weren't painted. So what I did is I took another silver Sharpie, and I painted his teeth. And I think that gives him a lot of diversity, and, shows off his awesomeness. And the final thing, which you guys have seen throughout the video, and I think is the best part, is his head. Now, a lot of people have said how they love Strafe's head design, and I am no exception. I love this head sculpt to death. It is so awesome. What I've done is clearly, his crest went down to here. It was black. You can see where it's cutting off. I'm going to fix that up. I black Sharpied all the way down to the middle of his head. And I think that completes the crest, and I think that looks pretty good. And my favorite thing that I did is I took an X-Acto knife to the side of his head. Let me focus that for you. I took a little bit of an X-Acto knife to the side of his head, and I cut a scar across his visor, where painting his visor red, which I think makes him look like not evil, but really, really, really cool. I also filled that in with a little black and a little red to give him like a scar look, like he's been in a lot of battles, and that he's just strong, powerful, and, you know, plain out great. So that's basically what I've done to him so far. I've only had him for about 3 days. Not even, actually. I've had him for about 2 days. And I just love this figure. I ordered this on Amazon.com. I will leave another link in the description to the exact Strafe order. I can't be too certain you'll get it for what I did. I got him for $16.99 on Amazon with $3 shipping. And it was worth every penny. It was worth more than every penny. I think I got the biggest bargain on this, because I know he's for $15 at like Target or Walmart or something, but I am happy that I got him before he's released in stores, at least with what I've seen with my stores, and I am not disappointed at all. Hasbro hit it out of the park with this figure, and there was so many customizing options, from going from the pterodactyl eye light blue visor to the bright red, to fixing up his wrists, and to possibly filling in those arms so they don't look, you know, as terrible, I guess. I mean, or ugly. I will have more mods on this guy in the future. There's not really much in pterodactyl mode. There's literally nothing. All you see is the silver claws and the teeth painted. But I'm going to do something to drastically alter his pterodactyl mode as well. And when I do, that will be in the next video, I promise you guys. Oh, and another thing I probably didn't show you is I just did a little silver stripe right there on his knees. I think just the tiniest details can make a figure shine. And frankly, that's what I do with my customs. I am glad with my customs, and I hope all you are as well. So I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been a Transformers Age of Extinction Custom Deluxe Strafe review. And I want you all to remember that no matter what anyone says, you are special, and whatever you do is your choice. No one can stop you. Play with figures, do whatever. Be who you want to be. This has been SkyShadow421 signing out, and I hope you have an awesome, awesome week. Later.